and welcome to Just for Clicks, guys. This is Michael Buckosh, and this is live, raw, and uncut sports talk on this beautiful Tuesday morning. It's early today, and it's early because I'm giving you guys 2 podcasts a day here for the next 30 days or so. If you guys are really enjoying the podcast, enjoying my thoughts, views, etc., could you guys definitely consider subscribing to the YouTube channel? I believe it's RTF Productions is the YouTube channel. Follow me on iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. If you're listening to us on Spreaker, follow that Spreaker app, guys. Every time I go live, you will get a little notification that says, hey, Just for Clicks is live. The Buck Nasty is live. All right? If you guys could just do that for me, that would mean the world to me. Help the podcast grow a little bit. So before we get into today's show, it's a little bit of clickbait title, I'm not going to lie, but it is what it is. Because I got to give you guys a little bit of history of why Just for Clicks started and how the name came about and whatnot. So about a year ago, guys, we started a podcast with a couple people that I knew. One that I met on the internet. Myself and Matthew Lyle were looking for a third person to have a debate show type of podcast. Basically, I was going to be the host of the show. Matthew Lyle and a guy by the name of Billy Hatton were going to do basically debate sports talk back and forth, kind of like a around the horn type of segment. That is what the original thought of RTF Sports Talk was we were going to get people, 3 or 4 people. I was going to be the host, and we're going to do a 30 to 40 minute podcast each day to talk about sports topics. Exactly, like the plan was to be exactly just like around the horn, that type of thing, but obviously in like a podcast form. Well, you don't realize how hard it is to get 4 people or 5 people, I guess, on the same page at the same time. So that 4 people quickly fell down to 3, quickly fell down to just Matthew Lyle, Billy Hatton, and myself, and we became RTF Sports Talk, like obviously, and basically Matthew Lyle dominated the airways. If you guys are from RTF Sports Talk over here for just for clicks, you guys knew that Matthew Lyle was he was a very long-winded individual, and it was just like, as a host, it was my job just to sit back and listen, but I quickly got myself being bored about it. So that's how Just for Clicks started. It was simply, I had a couple point of views that I wanted to say, that I wanted to speak on, but as the host of the show, and Matthew Lyle just dominating the airways, I never had that opportunity to. And those podcasts were already 1 hour to an hour and a half to 2 hours long because of the domination and the long-winded answers. So I made Just for Clicks simply just to. It started out as a trolling atmosphere. Like, I was here to just basically make fun of other people, troll the world, and like Billy Hatton came from a podcast that was called Unpopular Opinion, and I would always kind of make fun of them. I'm like, so at what time does the unpopular opinion become the popular opinion? Because there were so many quote unquote unpopular opinions, and I was just trolling away. I wasn't really taking this podcast too seriously. I was just out there having fun, having a good time, and then I caught myself, kind of being burnt out on the situation. Doing a 2-hour podcast and then turning around and trying to do this. It was wearing me out, and so RTS Sports Talk transitioned into a PTI type of show with Billy Hatton and and myself. We were really starting to hit the groove. Myself and Billy, we were doing good things. Like, we were having a lot of fun. The podcasts were cut down to about 30 minutes. I knew how to push Billy buttons. He knew how to push mine, and we were getting a great following. Like 100 to 150 listeners each show, and it was fun. Just for Clicks was suffering just because I was putting so much effort into that. Some life things happened for Billy, so he had to excuse himself from the show, and so like I was flying solo dolo, and I didn't know how to handle I guess you could say legitimate sports podcast, like, without being myself. I mean, like, yes, people were still tuning in. People enjoyed what I was saying and like doing, but it was more just for click style, and I guess I didn't want RTS Sports Talk to be just for click style. Like, just for clicks is, it is fun, it is entertaining, it is full of sound effects. Like it was supposed to be trolling, and so I had to separate myself, and I couldn't do that all by myself. So linked up with a guy by the name of Marcus Valpicino, and he's a writer for. He used to be a writer for ESPN San Antonio. He worked for ESPN in the early 2000s. A very, very sports-minded individual, very deep of knowledge. Like, Marcus's knowledge goes way beyond my years of wisdom that I have. He's 10, 12 years more older than I am, and he's talking about stuff when he was like 6 and 7 years old. I mean, he has been ingrained in the sports world for so long, and it is. I am blessed to be able to talk with Marcus every day and just learn stuff that I was like, man, I didn't know that. Shoot. So the Marcus and Mike show, guys, it's a big success over over there. We are consistently getting 50, 60 viewers over there, and it is growing every day. If you guys enjoy, I guess more mature type of sports talk, tune over to the Marcus and Mike show. We usually get that podcast around 2:30 Eastern time, like every day. Today we're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys, breaking down that 2019 Dallas Cowboys schedule. So definitely jump into that, enjoy it. Marcus is a huge Cowboys fan. He is going to go in on that, like I can already tell. But back to Just for Clicks, guys. So, like I said, Just for Clicks started out as just simply a trolling atmosphere to troll the sports world, just to kind of poke fun at the other podcast that I was associated with. Like, you know what? Like, I can just have fun and be myself and do better than you guys. And I wasn't all about the numbers or the clicks or anything just like that, but I was about having fun. And then it started to become forced. And that, I'm not the type of person to fake anything or anything to that effect. And so I stepped away, and all the traction that I had fell off quickly. And I'm starting to gain that traction back. People people enjoy what I'm saying. Maybe they can relate. I don't know. So if you guys could let me know, what do you enjoy about the show? You can tweet at me at mbug41. You can leave it in the review section on iTunes. I personally have never been on like Castbox or Speaker or Beaker or Google Podcast. Not for sure if there's rankings on that. I'll go check that out later today. But I do know iTunes has a ranking section. You guys can rank it and just leave some feedback, like on that. I know Spotify you can't. Like Spotify is my app of choice when it comes to music, which is Spotify's awesome. But that's regardless of the point here. So I gave you guys all that backstory, I guess, just to kind of give you some food for thought of like where I come from. I usually used to just to troll, and that's not where Just for Clicks is at anymore. And this is still a fun sports talk podcast, or like today life, like I guess you can say life sports podcast. But it's still fun. I'm still going to try to make you guys smile a little bit and use as much sound effects as I can. So, I mean, like, if you don't enjoy it, like, I get it, just let me know. I want to bring you guys a smile each and every day. But regardless, let's get to today's topic. I put a Maga in the title to entice people to come in, but Make America Great Again is kind of what the topic of this sports podcast is today. It is sports / current events / real life related. I mean, sports is real life because it's obviously happening, but real life as in a normal 9-to-5 person here. I went to a baseball game this past night, and I kept hearing people. This is a minor league baseball game. I should add. So just take it with a grain of salt, or take it as you will. Like it was like $1 beer night or something like that. So the crowd was getting pretty lit. They were having a good time until I kept hearing these chants, "Go back to your country, go back to your country," and I'm like, what? Like at first, I didn't quite comprehend what was happening, but then it started getting louder. Go back to your country, go back to your country. I'm like, who are these people talking to? Like, are they talking to the athletes that are on the field working? Making a living, helping their families succeed, helping themselves succeed? Or, like, are they talking to the concession stand worker? Are they talking to the other people in the stands? Like, who are they talking to? And then I noticed that people had their cell phones out. And then the chants got really louder. Every time cell phones come out, there are two type of people in the world. There are people that will kind of like clam up and like, hey, I don't want to be on camera, like I'm gonna like kind of shy away. Or there's people that like embellish their activities. So like if they were dancing, the minute they see the camera out, they're dancing harder. They're flailing their arms higher. They're smiling bigger. They're making a scene. They're going above and beyond. These people in the crowds that were shouting, "Go back to your country," clearly were the latter part of the people. They got louder. They got more aggressive. They're flailing their arms. I would look around. I'm like, who are they talking to? I had to think that they were talking to the athletes. They were talking to the Cuban-born player in right field or something. Like, I don't know. Because I'm not trying to be stereotypical here whatsoever. Like, I am the least racist person you will ever meet, but I call it as I see it, So take that as you will. But I could not see any skin tone that told me that person was from Mexico, or a person was from China, or a person was from Russia or whatever. I mean, they could have been talking to the white guy that was European or from Italy or something. Like, I don't know. But I just kept hearing it, and I was like, man, these people are trying to get. First of all, the people that buzzed out their cameras, shame on you guys. You guys were just simply trying to get your 15 minutes of fame, trying to make a video go viral, just so you can get some clicks on your Facebook page or clicks on your Twitter. Maybe talk to Good Morning America or something to that. I don't know. I don't really know there. But to turn your back to a baseball game, in the middle of a baseball game, to record these people saying go back to your country, you were clearly doing it just for the viral video, just for clicks. Right? So the reason why I'm not going to link a video, like I've seen the video that they posted on their Facebook page. I've seen it on the Twitter. I know the people's name. Because I was there. Like, I was at the baseball game where it happened, and I'm not going to use my platform to give those people even more fame. But why I brought that up was because there was a viral video now going around of a gas station clerk. I want to say it was in California. I'm not for sure where it was at. But a gas station clerk's telling a customer, go back to your country. Like, first of all, I'm going to safely say that these people that he was talking to was born in America. Why? Because they spoke better English than I did. They were pretty well dressed. It was a nice dress, some like high heels. So clearly, she just left the office job. More than likely, most females do not wear high heels just to wear high heels with a nice professional dress. So clearly she just got off work or going to work or something to that effect. What prompted this guy to say this at the gas station? I don't know. Oh, I know. It was to go viral. It was just to get clicks. It was just to go, whatever. I guess it is what it is at the end of the day. But this all started with President Trump on Twitter saying, "Go back to your country." Those 4 now infamous women, you can say, I support Donald Trump. I support our country. I support our presidency, no matter who it is. I'm going to probably get some hate for that, and it's cool. I understand why people would not like Donald Trump, but at the same time, I understand why people don't like Bush. I understand why people don't like Obama. I understand why people don't like Clinton. But it is crazy how if you support Donald Trump, you are ultimately deemed a racist or part of the Ku Klux Klan or this and that, and you are instantly grouped into this pile. But if you are not a Donald Trump supporter, you are instantly, deemed basically like I gotta know what you would be called if you aren't a Donald Trump supporter. I don't know. But most of the people that do this are my black friends. So it is what it is. Why do people hate Donald Trump so much? The reason is because of the social media aspect of things. It is so readily easy to voice your opinion. You can make a status on Facebook, "Oh, fuck Donald Trump," yada, yada, yada. It is easy to be a keyboard warrior. It is easy to say what you think over a keyboard. I say what I think no matter what. I can say it over the keyboard. I can say it over the airways. I'll say it to somebody's face. I am the type of person that's like, I don't sugarcoat anything. I am straight to the point about it. Like, it is what it is. I feel like, I guess that's how I was raised. I was raised on the crest of the media age. I was in high school when Facebook first came out. I remember Facebook, to sign up for Facebook, you had to have a school email. Your email had to say .edu to be a part of it. It was to make friends when you go to college. It was easier to meet people. It was a good thing. I'm not saying it's not a good thing now. Like, I can see what my mom is doing, over 1,000 miles away. I can see what my aunts and uncles are doing 1,200 miles away. So, like, it's a very good thing, but it makes instances like this that much easier to put out things that don't make sense or that are not the full truth. So let's spin this into the sports world like a little bit. Let's take the Tyreek Hill situation in Kansas City. Would this situation have blown up the way it did if social media wasn't out? I'm not saying right or wrong, but he went to court 3 times and they still couldn't find enough evidence to charge him. There's a video out because his ex-fiance wanted some money, wanted to go viral, wanted to get some just for clicks. She videotaped a conversation they had, or a phone conversation or something to that effect. Basically trying to place all the blame and make a Tyreek out to be this monster and yada yada yada. It is what it is. But regardless, guys, I'm with Donald Trump. Let's make America great again. Let's stop raising pussies. But let's face it, there are some sensitive motherfuckers out there. I'll say it as it is. You guys are some sensitive motherfuckers. How can this generation, my generation, be raised on Simpsons and Family Guy and Futurama, but yet if a person farts in fucking Walmart, it's racist, or you hurt my feelings because you farted in freaking Walmart? I don't know. Like, this podcast today is all over the place. Like I had no intentions of going to where I'm going, but also this is live, this is raw, and this is uncut. So I'm going to go kind of where like my mind takes me, and it took me from kind of where I wanted to talk to this viral video, to Trump, to Tyreek Hill. I don't know, guys. Just, I want you guys to think on this Tuesday morning, going to work with a positive attitude. Many of us, we work a 9 to 5. I see in the chat right there. Yes, my man. You work overnights. I get it. It's still a quote unquote 9 to 5 job. You are still there 8 hours working for the man. If you guys are a business owner, hey man, congratulations. You started from ground zero. You built a company, and I couldn't be more proud of you. I've done the company thing, and I miss it. I should have never sold my company. But at the end of the day, let's all mature together. Let's mature this podcast up a little bit. I'm still going to be raw and uncut, guys. Like, I speak my mind and I go where my mind takes me. If you guys want more of that, go with Mornings with Mike. Me and Charles Moats at Charles Moats 72 on the old Twitter machine. We have a good time like over there. Season 3 starts September 9th. Charles and myself, we are really good friends. Some might call us best friends. Who really knows? Find out on that season 3, September 9th. I'm lost for words right now, and usually that's not like me. Now I'm just kind of rambling on, and you guys join me this Saturday afternoon. I am going to break down who is it today? Let me look at my paper. Oh, wrong paper. The Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens is next up on the list on the 2019 football schedule breakdown. On the Just for Click side, Marcus and Mike show, guys, we're talking Dallas Cowboys. So follow that podcast as well. That podcast should be up about 2:30 this afternoon, give or take a couple minutes, depending on the internet speeds. But nonetheless, guys, this is Just for Clicks. This is Michael Buckheischer. Please give me a ranking on iTunes. Follow that podcast as well. Share this with a couple friends. We won't go too much in deep into a podcast like this again, but I needed to vent a little bit, I guess. But have a good day. Just for Clicks, we out.